Hey, Boston movie guy here, whatever name I'm going under, I don't really care. Topic for tonight: Stephen Hawking, the iconic cultural figure of supreme intelligence at the moment. He's basically Einstein, our Einstein, the Einstein of our day. You know anything about the Einstein of the original Einstein? He doesn't hold up too well to history as being a supreme genius. In fact, right now, although it's not really reported that much in the mainstream media, because they really don't know what to do about it. The existence of neutrinos and just the increasingly shabby nature of all these physicists who have been locked into this cultish mindset of Einsteinian infallibility now for over 60, 70 years. Working in their own little clubs and their own little private language of Einsteinian physics. He's the word's getting out. Einstein was wrong. Relativity was wrong. Einstein was a fraud, a plagiarist, a liar. He was an idiot. He was a media creation pushed by powerful interests. He was not a public intellectual. He was a pony show. He was kabuki theater. He was a media image. He was marketing. And I'm beginning to suspect the same thing about Stephen Hawking. If there was one guy, and Stephen Hawking is an Einsteinian Einstein loyalist, holding up the whole Einsteinian model of the world, of reality, of our existence, physical existence. And I'm not buying it anymore, man. I'm just not. Call me super fucking suspicious, but when you look at Stephen Hawking, he's like this basically Aspergian, super brain. He's like a disembodied brain in a chair that speaks through a robotic mind, a robotic voice, as like the voice of science. It's like somebody, like a marketing psychiatrist, marketing psychology, and that is a field, believe me it is, came up with this image to push to the masses as the voice of science. This super nerd who can't fucking speak in his own voice in a chair, being pushed around. We're like, oh, look at that. He's just like a huge brain in a chair speaking, as a robot. He's science. He's marketing, man. Stephen Hawking is marketing. Do you get it? He's a show. He's a puppet show. He's a pony. He's a kabuki theater act. He's a vaudevillian act. He represents science. So whatever Stephen Hawking says is science. And of course, as like the representative of science, like he'll take, some moderately, he pokes some harmless fucking jabs in the eyes of supposed leaders, and oh yeah, I stand against Israel and blah blah blah. But he's completely controlled. He's harmless. Everything he stands for is complete bullshit. He's a lie. He's a control mechanism. Science is bullshit. I mean, we can tell that because of the fact that nobody in the scientific community will stand up and look you in the eye and tell you that the absolutely ridiculous moon landing special effects that they try to foist off on us do not stand up to the test of time. We didn't land on the moon, and science won't tell you that. There is no science. Science is the independence of science, the integrity of science, science as this arbiter of all that is true. It's absolute fucking nonsense. It's creation of elites. It's creation of our masters. It's a tool they use. And Stephen Hawking is... I mean, think about it. Think about what Stephen Hawking, the guy in the wheelchair, Rain Man. I mean, this guy there were cultural... This guy was thought up in the minds of psyop people. They're like, what? No, I get. You can actually hear. If you were a fly on the wall, they're fucking marketing. Their brainstorming session. Like, what do the masses think about? He's a brainiac, and they're like nerd, and then they're like, all right, what's even nerdy? Like, oh, like a big brain. So like basically they created like a brain that's wheeled around in a chair and it speaks through a robot voice to just pontificate about the reality around us. And they say whatever they want him to say. He says whatever they want him to say. I'm not saying he's like a puppet. Like, yeah, I watched one YouTube video when I got this idea in my head that because I was watching one of these documentaries that he put out, and I was, seeing this guy wheeled out on stage. But I'm like, you know what? This dude is not for real. This is not the leading brain in our world. He's a marketing. He is completely marketing. That's what Stephen Hawking is. He's completely marketing. I mean, I don't know. I think younger people might get this more than older people because they're more attuned to the fucking come-ons that is our society. Everything in America is a come-on. Everything's a fucking pitch. Everything's a fucking... There's nobody genuine. Everybody has an angle when they come up to you. Every email in your inbox. I mean, it's like ridiculous, Christ. Stephen Hawking, yeah. He's a fucking one big fucking commercial for how the elites want us to see science and what they want us to think about science. And is science some kind of neutral thing that just, comes up with, like, truth? No. Truth is what our elites say it is, and then they tell science what to say. And science says it. It's no different from fucking Galileo's time. It's no different. There were people all over fucking Europe who were teaching, yeah, the earth is flat, and they actually knew the earth was round. Yeah. No different. Everybody's a coward the same they were as in the 1300s. Stephen Hawking, the brainiac in the chair. It's sad. It's sad. It really is. Stephen Hawking is a fucking marketing gimmick. You watch anything he has to say, it's a concoction and tissue of fucking bullshit and nonsense. Relativity is going by the wayside. They're just not going to tell you that. It's going to quietly slip away in 50 years when everyone's dead who remembers that Einstein was held up as the grandest fucking mind ever. Stephen Hawking. Oh, God. Jesus. Rain Man. Think of all the cultural bullshit we've been infused with, like, since we were kids, about like how nerds are, have these big brains and ever, they're the only ones who can grasp physics. Let me tell you what physics is. The physics world that has come to pass since Einstein. It's a fucking arcane, insular, arcane, clubbish, cultish little language in which they play math games with each other in their own fucking math language that means nothing. Means nothing. Relativity is fucking nothing. And then who can come up with the most idiotic ideas to plug the holes in Einstein theories like dark matter and dark energy? Those are creations. They don't exist. Dark matter and dark energy were invented out of whole cloth because other mathematicians are coming forward with ideas saying, nah, this doesn't work. So they invent dark matter and dark energy. Let me give you some facts about Einstein, by the way, the great mind. The man never, his original paper, for a guy, by the way, he hadn't graduated from any fucking university or anything when he read his paper as a patent clerk officer. He couldn't become a professor before that. He couldn't fucking get into any fucking program that would accept him. The paper he writes on relativity as a patent clerk office has no references, and it's published. No references. It's unheard of. It's impossible. Einstein never debated anybody about his theory, and he never talked about science ever in public, outside the general fucking bullshit that you and I could talk about. He was an idiot. He didn't know anything. He was a media creation, 100%. 100%. All he ever talked about was politics and globalism and one world government and blah, 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 and da, da, da. And yeah, I'm for peace, and I'm not, oh, I'm a dissident. He was no dissident. He was just a controlled fucking guy. Yeah. There's really no fucking truth. And the bottom line is don't go looking for it because you'd just be wasting your fucking time. You'll be driving you insane. But it's fun to look at the lies. It's fun when you finally, like, I fucking woke up to Stephen Hawking. Stephen Hawking, and I don't need, to be I don't need to have anything verified about this in the fucking mainstream. I don't trust it. I go with my gut. My gut is my truth, and my truth on Hawking is that my gut on Hawking is that this guy is not for fucking real. This guy's a marketing gimmick. That's all I need. I'm not going to be bothered by it anymore. All right, Stephen Hawking, my 2 bits. He's a puppet.